I just want to hi, I'm Debra Miller. I'm the person. So I'm the person that was nutty enough to think that we could do this, and guess what? It worked.
Yay!
So happy, very happy. And the way that it all started, so a couple of friends woke up on November 9th, as all you probably did, and said, "What the fuck?" And that was Lois Weaver and Holly Hughes. And they said, let's do a performance on Not My President's Day in the same spirit that they had worked in for many years at the WOW in New York. And it's a do-it-yourself thing, and you just do it. And they put the word out, and now I think today there are 59 bad and nasty events around the world. 59. So we're very excited, and because I like to laugh, I do like to cry, but mostly because I like to laugh. We're top-heavy on comedians, and I hope you will have a good time. And I know you will. I know you will. So before all this stuff happened with executive order, hate everybody else, I thought to myself, we're going to need a lot of legal work. And so I said, let's make this benefit for the ACLU. I'm really fortunate to work with someone who is on the board member of the ACLU, and I'm just going to have her come up just for a few seconds, minutes, something like that. Sharon Kyle. She's also a publisher of an online magazine called LA Progressive, and that you should all just sign up for. And we've already passed out some leaflets, and this is Sharon. She's a
Thank you so much, Debra, for doing this. I'm so amazed and so appreciative of each and every one of you that are out there. Like Debra said, my name is Sharon Kyle, and by the way, the ACLU is putting on an event tomorrow. And actually, since November the 8th, we've sort of been real busy. My husband is Dick Price, and he has a bunch of flyers. We're doing a local event in Eagle Rock, and the event is called Civil Liberties Under Trump. So he's going to be passing out some flyers, and if any of you are in the Eagle Rock community, please come on by. So the ACLU, as you know, was one of the organizations that responded first to the executive order that resulted in the ban on Muslims. And I'm sure that many of you know that we're kind of awaiting for a new executive order that's going to be coming out, maybe tomorrow, maybe sometime this week, in response to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals stay. You know, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals issued a stay on that ban on Muslims, and yay, glad, happy, but Donald Trump has decided that he's going to go ahead and continue to push for what he feels is red meat for his base. So I'm so happy that each and every one of you are out here supporting what the ACLU is doing, which is in the best interest of all of us. If you want to join the ACLU, I strongly encourage you to go to aclu.org. You can join online. I encourage you to come to our events. I encourage you to just kind of stay plugged in via the laprogressive.com, which is our online publication. And we tell you about all of the events that we're doing in Southern California, which we've actually been doing for about 9 years. So anyway, thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting the ACLU.
So I'm going to now introduce the hostess, the greatest hostess. I mean, great. I cannot tell you how great this hostess is. It's a winning combination, let me tell you. I've known this person for a little while, and I'm really happy that she's here tonight. She's going to lead you through the evening, and it's Ana La Chocha. Big hand.
She got me pregnant. Same sex, Debra, same sex. Hello, welcome to the Bad and Nasty Show. Hashtag not my president. I am your hostess. My name is Ana La Chocha. For my my monolingual friends, La Chocha actually means vagina in Cuban Spanish. Yes, it does. Thank you. Hola. It was a name I coined, I got for myself in the 90s. I was living in Paris and I was a big lesbian feminist. And I was just like, let me just put it all out there. Let me just put it all out there, like la chocha, vagina, chocha, chocha lover, chocha lover. You know, you see me coming by, you know what you're in for. I actually wore this costume a lot. Thank you, sir. I actually wore this costume a lot out for many years, and a lot of people, all genders and in the spectrum, would come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, are you a vagina? Are you a vagina?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." Yeah. And they'd be like, "Where's the clitoris?" And I'm like, the clitoris is this. It's talking to you. I'm like, no wonder like all these women are having orgasm problems. Like, no, like the clitoris could be talking to you, and you're still asking me, "Where's the clitoris in the vagina?" That was a little sidestep. And then actually, by wearing this costume, I learned that I am actually not wearing a vagina costume. I'm wearing a vulva costume. Yes, I had a few anatomically correct feminists come up to me and correct me along the way. And so this is actually the vulva, because I was a vagina. The vagina is actually the canal. It would be coming out of my butt. It would be kind of like a canal tunnel. Anyway, you know, just a free science part of it. Anyways, so I am, as you can tell, I'm not a stand-up comic. I'm a filmmaker. I made some illustrious films such as Who's Afraid of Vagina Wolf? Available on iTunes and Amazon. That's where it's a feature film. I mixed the drama of Edward Albee with the raucous chaos of midlife lesbian life. Check it out. I also did last year a film called Vagina is the Warmest Color. Because I mean, like, come on, between a vagina and the color blue, what's warmer? A vagina? Come on. Yeah, thank you. Anyhow, so I thought it was apropos to wear this huge vagina costume that I've actually retired 2 years ago to be your hostess tonight in this Not My President's Day, to be bad and nasty, and to dare him to grab my pussy, because I know several lower levels of martial arts. And we have an amazing show for you tonight. So, without further ado, we have our first and very illustrious performers. This is true her story in the house. Founded in New York City 34 years ago by Peggy Shaw, Lois Weaver, and Debra Bowen, Split Bridges transformed the landscape of queer performance with their vaudevillian, satirical, gender-bending performances. I wish I could be a part of them. About outsiders, queers, and eccentrics. They are feminists and lesbians and still manage to be hilarious. Presenting an excerpt from their new performance inspired by Dr. Strangelove, Unexplored Ordinances. I love it. I'm like a ventriloquist. Please welcome Peggy Shaw and Lois Weaver.
Hello?
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 Hello, Peggy.
Hello, who is this?
It's Lois. Lois.
Lois? It's late.
I know it is. Listen, I can't hear you too well. Do you suppose you could turn the music down?
What? Oh, sure. Okay. Is that better?
Oh, yes, that's much better.
Oh, is that okay now?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Lois?
Fine. I can hear you now, Peggy.
Are the airways clear?
Oh, clear and plain and coming through fine.
How sorry you are.
I'm coming through fine too, eh?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Oh, good then. Well, then, as you say, we're both coming through fine.
Fine. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, it's good that you're fine and that I'm fine.
Thanks, I am. I'm fine. It's great to be fine.
Oh, I agree with you. It is great to be fine. Now then, Peggy.
Lois.
You know how we've always talked about the possibility of something going wrong with the bomb.
The bomb? What bomb?
The bomb, Peggy.
Oh, the bomb. I thought you were talking about something else.
Well, what else would I be talking about?
I don't know anything. What else do people talk about?
Well, lots of things.
Lots of things.
But I need to talk to you about the bomb.
Well, okay, well, go on.
Well, now, what happened is someone was in charge who, well, you know, maybe shouldn't have been.
Well, why was he in charge?
Well, I don't know. But he said he had a winning temperament.
Well, what is one of those?
Well, no, it doesn't matter. Look, he just went and he did a silly thing.
Well, what did he do, Larry?
Well, I'll tell you what he did.
Well, tell me what he did.
No, I am. I am telling you what he did.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. I'm not a well person, as you know.
I'm sorry, Peggy. What's wrong?
Well, nothing. Well, you know how it is.
Well, yeah.
It's the same thing it's always been.
Oh, yeah.
It's my nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I went to the doctor
Oh, of
today.
course you did, yeah.
Tell me, listen, Peggy.
Yeah.
You're very nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a very high-strung person.
Well, God knows that's true.
And you cannot stand the slightest pressure or aggravation.
Well, no, of course you can't.
So I said, Doctor, I know that.
Yeah.
I do, I know that, but you know, I'll be okay.
Well, of course you will.
I can cope, I'm calm. Sorry, I'm carrying on. What were you saying, Lois?
Huh?
Tell me what this guy did.
Oh, well, of course. I almost forgot. Yes, so what he's done is he's ordered his planes to attack you.
What? That's awful.
I know.
What a terrible thing to call somebody and say.
Well, just let me finish, Peggy.
At this hour when I'm just about to go to bed. You know, I was just about to go to bed. How am I supposed to go to sleep now that you told me I've got all these planes and bombs coming at me?
Well, listen, how do you think I feel about it?
Well, how do you feel about it?
Well, can you imagine how I feel about it, Peggy?
Well, no, I don't know.
Well, why do you think I'm calling you? Just to say hello?
What would be wrong with that? You don't like to speak to me or something?
Well, of course I'd like to speak to you.
Well, could you try just that sometime?
Well, of course I like to say hello.
Well, just call and say hello sometime.
Well, of course I would just call and say hello. Not now, though.
Well, when?
Well, any time. Right now I'm calling you to tell you that something terrible has happened.
Huh? Well, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry too, Peggy.
Oh, you're sorry. Well, you're the one who should be apologizing.
Well, I am. I'm very
I'm the
sorry.
one who'd be the most sorry, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Sorrier than you.
You're sorrier than I am. Well, I'm just as sorry.
Not possible.
Don't say that you're more sorry than I am, because I am capable of being just as sorry as you are. So we are both sorry, all right?
All right.
All right, Peggy?
Yeah?
I have to go now.
Well, okay, but don't leave it so long next time.
What?
Between calls.
Oh, sure, okay, I'll call.
Just a friendly call. It's not that hard.
Okay, I will. I'll call tomorrow.
Well, don't make me wait by the phone.
I won't, I promise.
Because I will. The last time you said you'd call, I waited by the phone.
Well, you know, I just haven't had a sec.
I waited all day Friday night,
Okay. I was working.
all day Saturday night I waited.
Peggy, I've been busy.
And finally on Sunday, my friend said to me, Peggy, eat something, you'll faint. I said, no. I don't want my mouth to be full when the president calls me. And you never call.
Well, of course I will. I'll call you, unless I'm busy dealing with a situation.
Well, it's always something, isn't it, Lois?
Oh, there's some breaking news. It seems that Bad and Nasty Cabaret in LA has an emissary from Her Majesty the Queen.
My name is the Right Honourable Maxwell, emissary of Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom to Los Angeles. I stand before you today on Her Majesty's behalf and bearing the following message to all present, with the intention that its contents be passed on through you to your fellow women and men. They say a visit's been offered to Trump by Prime Minister May. Is that true? I wasn't aware that was something that I'd be put through at my age. Thank goodness the man's orange hands are too tiny to shake. It's not fair. It shall not be born, so there's something I like to declare. Now that I have your attention, citizens of the American Republic, dearie, dearie me, what on earth has possessed you? In 1784, when we somewhat reluctantly wished you all the best with your experiment, we had hoped that our English influence might have helped you maintain a little dignity, a little class across the centuries, but alas, first you threw that tea in the ocean, and now you have installed a terribly vulgar orange man in your presence. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's vulgarity. When I first heard his name, I'll admit to chuckling, for in British English, my English, correct English, his name means to break wind. But then the chuckling ceased. I delved further, and I became really rather shocked. This was no Mr. Reagan, nor Mr. Bush, and certainly not the charming Mr. Obama. Grab them by the... I mean, really. The more I learned, the more aghast I became. As you Yanks say, I got woke. To think that Miss Theresa May expected me to welcome this tangerine atrocity into my kingdom, my home. I got to work. I arranged for my usual morning papers to be supplemented by the New York Times, Washington Post, and Teen Vogue. I read voraciously the works of Sontag, Solnit, Maya Angelou, and Simone de Beauvoir. I quietly cultivated a radical, inclusive feminist politic, and only my corgis knew. After watching the women march by from my window, I was inspired to do something, anything, to help #resist. And then I remembered that I'm the Queen. Now, my constitution gives me ultimate formal executive authority over my government through the monarch's royal prerogative. However, it is understood that I am never to exercise this power because of the constraints of convention and precedent. However, today I have decided that this is not my precedent. I, Queen Elizabeth II, hereby reaffirm my status as an absolute monarch and announce that Britain no longer recognises the independence of the United States and considers it a rogue colony of my new matriarchal empire. Some of the more Bible-belted amongst you might not like this, but I can assure you I have divine right to rule, so you can take it up with God. As of this moment, the authority of the gentlemen in your White House is nullified. Men in red coats and very tall fluffy black hats are en route to a secure location to await trial for treason to my Commonwealth. Yes. Through collusion with the Kaiser, Mr. Putin. If found guilty, they shall be hanged, drawn, and quartered. Though I am open to more modern, less messy suggestions. In that place, I shall devolve my authority to a democratic congress of sensible young ladies who can ensure the fair and just treatment of all my subjects. They shall be led by a triumvirate of Madams Clinton, Warren, and Angela Brand. As for your judiciary, Gorsuch is out, Garland is in, and I shall be sharing with Bailey Ginsburg my secret immortality potion. Every citizen will observe strict codes of politeness at all times, especially to women's bodies, black lives, Muslim communities, and refugees. The national parks will be protected, the pipelines abandoned, the guns exchanged for ceremonial muskets. Healthcare, social security, and education shall be free for all. No wars will begin without my say-so, and I shall not be saying so. You also get my face on your money. Lastly, the male line of succession would have my son Charles inherit the throne after me, but all things considered, I think another older white gentleman in power would hardly appear seemly at this point. As such, I shall be naming an appropriate successor in due course. Actually, as I'm 90 years of age, that time is now, and I'll just tell you the throne sweep. obedient subjects, thank you for your cooperation during this transitional period. God save me, and all of you too. Her Royal Highness Liz, the second of the reunited queendoms of Britain and America.
Maxwell as the queen. I like her authoritarian tone. I could be a Puritan for that again. Anyhow, so as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a stand-up comedian, so I went online today and I was like, what's some good one-liner jokes for you guys, for like people who are just not satisfied with who won their presidential election. So this is just quick one-liners. Want to hear a racist joke? Donald Trump. What's Donald Trump's favorite nation? Discrimination. Okay, only two. I have enough. Next up, Derek Lemos is an intersectional feminist joke teller and consensual toucher of butts. He wears many hats. He's a nonprofit worker, an activist, a comedian, a pro wrestling fan. I could go on, people. He stands in solidarity with hashtag Black Lives Matter and La Gente Unida. Give it up for Derek Lemos!
Hello, liberal bubble. How are you? Without context, that giant vagina is like the weirdest Sesame Street episode ever. I love Los Angeles. I don't care that people call us snowflakes. I don't care that people call us a liberal bubble. I love it here. We have brunch. If that's not fucking reason enough. Here's the thing. Like, we deal with different people every single fucking day. We're one of the largest cities, one of the most densely populated cities on the planet. Now, the people that are calling us delicate and snowflakes live in the middle of fucking nowhere, where everybody looks like them. So who's the snowflake? So a little about me. I came out to my mom recently because marriage equality is a thing now, and I wanted her to be ready. And so I told her, I was like, Mom, I'm not gay, but I'm kind of gay. And she's like, yeah, I know. We watched Beaches together a lot. I was like, shit. And it was hard explaining it to her, so I was like, Mom, like, you know, there's gay, and there's straight, and then there's bi. I'm not any of those. I'm like extra. I'm what's called pansexual, and that just basically means, no, I don't want to like hump your dishware. I just don't care what your gender identity is. I probably want to put my wiener in you. We're just showing up people who say they're bi. That's it. It's like, oh, that's cute. You're into two genders? So I do work for a nonprofit. For a long time, I was in homeless services, and working in homeless services was rough. Not because of my clients. My clients were great. It's mostly because of how we view homeless people. You know, there are a lot of things that we tell homeless people every day. My clients would send me, you know, like, somebody yelled at me today, and that was kind of rough. And you know, they'd say like, get a job. And I don't know if anybody in here has been homeless. I haven't. Sucks. Getting a job's not always easy if you're homeless. Like, let's walk through a job application together and see what that would look like. Name. Well, shit, this is easy. Boom. Done. Address. Address. Shit. Outside. Like, that doesn't work. And the other thing that people would say, you know, or that we as a society say to the homeless people is like, oh, you don't look homeless. And that's supposed to be like a compliment. You know, we're saying like, oh, you don't look like a bridge troll that feeds on couch treasures. You're like a real person almost. But that's not the really big thing that bothers me with homelessness. The really big thing that bothers me is like, I was in a store about a month ago and I saw this product that made me go insane. It was condiments for your dogs. Condiments, more than one. There was ketchup, which is cute. Ketchup I would feed to like a little pug Hawaiian, like a little Hawaiian shirt, and we would solve mysteries. Like, that's how cute ketchup is. There was mustard, which is like, all right, you're cranking up that whimsy, I see you. Mayonnaise. Yeah. My dogs are my kids, level bullshit. And barbecue sauce. We have things in this country that nobody needs, but is like wantonly available. Hi, can I get a taco that is also made of Doritos? Sure. Here you go. Can I have a burrito that is also a Whopper? Fucking gross. Here you go. Can I have a place to live? Fuck you, Gary. Yeah. That's the noise you should be making. So we're all here, because of this fucking election, and everybody has their own hot take. I've heard a million hot takes as to why Trump won. But here's the thing, if that reason doesn't include voter suppression or the Electoral College, that person is full of shit. Because there were, yeah, you can clap, that's okay. And racism. I'll get to the racism. But yeah, there was, and we, like a lot of us, myself included, we got caught up in like weird, conspiracy theories, like during the primaries especially, and I was like, how did smart people like fall for most of this stuff? Like, how did that happen? And then I think back to when we first started getting automatic toilets. Like, nobody warned us they were coming. They were just there one day, and you go to pee, and there's just a box sitting on the top of the toilet with a little hole in it. And I'm like, how are they flushing the toilets? It's the government looking at our dicks! Like, and if somebody had put that out there in the news, I would have fucking believed it, because there was just a box with a hole, and I'm like, that is a public health issue, and they're like, somebody's gonna send you an email later, it's like, hey, you should probably get that checked out, dude. But it was nuts, all the stuff that everybody was falling for, it was nuts. And it's crazy to me that, like, you can be a very qualified woman, like probably the most qualified woman we've ever had, run for president, and the thing that prevents you from getting into office is basically some emails. But you can be the most disgusting, despicable kind of human being, and that's fine. But as long as you have money, people will be like, oh yes, he must be doing something like that says everything that's wrong about capitalism, doesn't it? That says everything that's wrong. Like, we're at like the crux of like a really bad place where capitalism is just like fucking everybody over. Because think about this, like, a lot of times I hear, like, well, immigrants stole a bunch of our jobs, and NAFTA stole a bunch of our jobs. Like, that's not even true. Like, 86% of all jobs that were lost have been because of robots. And we're not out protesting WALL-E and the Terminator. Like, that's not happening. And the more advances we make in society, like, they're supposed to make our lives easier because they get rid of menial jobs. But think about this. You go to a grocery store right now, half of the checkout lines, you do it yourself. They might as well give you a fucking name tag. Self-driving cars